Good evening, you're watching Mission 2024. Top story, the big Haryana upheaval. Well, a new chief minister was sworn in and an old alliance was showed out. All of that coming up along with the second list of the Congress for 2024 elections right here. Let me take you through the headlines first. Congress releases its second Lok Sabha list. Kamal Nath and Ashok Gehlot's sons to fight from Chhindwara and Jalore respectively. Gaurav Gogoi from Jorhat. Sachin Pilot will not be fighting polls but concentrating on 4 seats. Nayab Saini takes charge as the new Haryana Chief Minister. 5 mantris also take oath. 4 JJP MLAs attend ceremony. BJP government stays safe even without JJP numbers. Home Minister Amit Shah hits out at opposition over CAA, accuses the opposition of blocking the legislation for appeasement. Mamata Banerjee calls CAA divisive. India booms at the Bharat Shakti exercise in Pokhran. Prime Minister Modi watches live war drill at India's nuclear site. Big Atmanirbhar moment. First ever Tejas crash. Indian Air Force light combat aircraft crashes near Jaisalmer during an operational training sortie. While the pilot ejected safely, a court of inquiry has been ordered. The big news break coming in. The State Bank of India has submitted the electoral donor details to the Election Commission. The SBI finally complies with the Supreme Court order. EC to publish SBI data on March 15th by 5 p.m. Sources tell us SBI submits raw data to the EC as mandated by the top court of the country. I want to bring in my colleague Nalini, who's joining us now. Nalini, will you get us up to speed with the latest?
Well, Preeti, this information is coming in from our colleague Sanjay Sharma, who confirms that through the Election Commission sources, all the data regarding the electoral bonds has been submitted by the State Bank of India to the Election Commission. But a few important riders. Number one, the data is in completely raw format, so which is why it's going to take the Election Commission a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge to ensure that it's published by the deadline of the 15th of March that has been set by the Supreme Court. Along with that, what Sanjay Sharma also tells us that highly placed sources within the Election Commission have confirmed that the Election Commission is in the process of putting out the pre-2019 data, as was asked by the Supreme Court yesterday on its website. But it's being done in a phased manner, and it's expected to be up on the website simultaneously along with this new data on electoral bonds that has been submitted by the SBI. SBI has managed to meet the deadline, which means that the Supreme Court will not be going ahead with the contempt proceedings against them, for which they had been categorically warned by the Chief Justice of India yesterday. But at the same time, now what remains to be seen is whether or not the Election Commission of India will be able to meet the 15th March deadline and publish all of this data on its website by 5 p.m. on the 15th of March or not.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Nalini, with the latest coming in there. We're going to keep a close eye on all developments. Viewers, 15th March, 5 p.m. is when the Election Commission of India needs to publish that list. But let's move on to the other developing story that is breaking. Congress has released the second list of candidates for the Lok Sabha polls. Now, the party released its second list of 43 candidates. It's already given out the names of 39 for Lok Sabha elections. In midst of suspense looming over the party's pick for Amethi, which will not happen right now because the CEC did not discuss Uttar Pradesh yesterday. The states that were discussed, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, the second list has seen a few congressmen and their sons taking over where the Lok Sabha elections are concerned. Gaurav Gogoi, the son of Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi, will be contesting from Jorhat. Gaurav Gogoi, very vocal where Parliament is concerned. Kamal Nath's son, Nakul Nath, who's a sitting MP from Chhindwara, will fight from Chhindwara again. Gehlot will also try his luck the second time around. The last time he had contested from Jodhpur. He will now be contesting from Rajasthan's Jalore. Ashok Gehlot will not fight Lok Sabha elections. Sachin Pilot has also dropped out of the 2024 race, will not be contesting from Rajasthan, but will focus like he told the CEC, on 4 seats, which is in his area of influence, which is the Tonk-Ajmer region.
Assam Dibu Joyram Engling, Assam Karimganj Hafiz Rashid Ahmad Choudhary, Assam Silchar Surjaya Khan Sarkar, Assam Nagaon Pratyut Bardoli, Assam Gazringa Srimadi Rosalina Turki, Assam Jorhat Gaurav Gogoi. Then Rajasthan Bikaner Govindram Meghwal, Jodhpur Rajasthan Karan Singh Chuchiada, Rajasthan Jalore Vaibhav Gehlot, Rajasthan Udaipur Tarachand Meena, Rajasthan Chittorgarh Udayalal Anchana, Madhya Pradesh Mandla ST Omkar Singh Markham, Madhya Pradesh Chhindwara Nakul Nath, Madhya Pradesh Devas Rajendra Malavya, Madhya Pradesh Dar Radheshyam Mawal.
क्योंकि ये लिस्ट फाइनल हो चुकी है तो हम अपनी जो लक्ष्य है, हमारा जो मकसद है वो अब तय हो चुका है और फिर कुछ ही दिनों के बाद हम अपनी रणनीति तैयार करेंगे।
सर, कल गवर्नमेंट ने इम्प्लीमेंट किया है सीएए को, आप कैसे देखते हैं? क्योंकि असम में उसका प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है, आप कैसे देखते हैं?
देखिए, मुझे लगता है कि विशेष रूप से मैं उत्तर पूर्वांचल का हूं और उत्तर पूर्वांचल के संदर्भ में ये कहना चाहूंगा।
Cutting across to my colleague Moshmi, who's joining us live from the Congress headquarters. The second list, Moshmi, out. And as expected, the big guns in terms of, in a state like Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, Sachin Pilot deciding to stay away from a direct contest, but campaign.
Right, you know, Preeti, the big faces, the big names are missing in this list, apart from Gaurav Gogoi or perhaps the 2 sons of former chief ministers Vaibhav Gehlot and Nakul Nath. We don't see that the veterans are giving this contest a real challenge. And we are told that in the CEC yesterday, in fact, the big question really was that if Bhupesh Baghel could take the plunge in Chhattisgarh, why not Ashok Gehlot? Because he's not the CLP leader or there's any additional responsibility that has been given to him. But perhaps a senior leader replied that, cited his deteriorating health and his ill health as far as not contesting from Jodhpur is concerned. It's also significant that Vaibhav Gehlot changes his constituency to Jalore. But we are told that the bigwigs have been told to concentrate on 3-4 constituencies or their strongholds. CP Joshi told to concentrate on Baswara, Udaipur, Ashok Gehlot to concentrate on Jalore, the Jodhpur belt, and Sachin Pilot would look at 4-5 constituencies in Savai Madhopur, Bharatpur and Tonk, Dosa region. And thereby, you know, try and get maximum wins for the Congress party. We'll have to wait and see because the most eyed for list is of Uttar Pradesh, and the next CEC would be on the 15th, Preeti. So we'll have to wait and see whether the other bigwigs are in the contest or they would also, their names would be also found missing.
You know, Moshmi, not the entire list of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat has been released. Can we say for sure that the likes of Sachin Pilot are completely ruled out now and they will not fight Lok Sabha? Is that now off the table?
That's right, Preeti. That's off the table. Though Ashok Gehlot, Kamal Nath, Sachin Pilot, they would not be contesting. Digvijay Singh has also declined. In fact, I'm told he's hesitant to contest and perhaps given another name from Rajgarh, which is his stronghold. Priyavrat Singh, his name was being circulated, but that constituency is on hold. We don't find it mentioned in the list. And Harish Rawat, Haridwar also is on hold. That also is not mentioned in the list. So these 2 other bigwigs, their names or their constituencies have not been doled out. So we know for sure then that two former chief ministers would be giving this a miss, and a deputy chief minister would also not be contesting and making candidates contest. But the big question mark really is that, is the messaging going to have more impact if the leaders give it a miss and make people contest, or would it have been better to lead by example, fight it out, take the hit, take the misses and give the punches, and that would be like enthusing your party cadre and party workers? Because the BJP, on the other hand, adopts that approach that even in a municipality election, you've got the top bigwigs, the top leadership, campaigning for the party, and that really is an electrification, or is really enthusing the cadre. So one will have to see which strategy actually works for which party.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Mashmi, with the latest there. Meanwhile, let's shift focus to the biggest news development of the day, and it came from Haryana. Because within 10 hours of the news break, Haryana had a new chief minister and the BJP had one ally shot. A change of guard in Haryana. Nayab Saini takes charge as the new chief minister, replacing ML Khattar, who resigned shortly earlier. Now, from the old Haryana cabinet, BJP leaders Kamar Pal Gujar, Jai Prakash Dalal, Banwari Lal and Mulchand Sharma also took oath as Haryana's cabinet ministers. Independent MLA Ranjit Singh Chautala also has taken oath as the minister in the BJP-led state. The JJP and the BJP are now no longer allies, and interesting to note, 4 of the 10 JJP MLAs were there at the oath-taking ceremony. All right, let's quickly cut across to our reporters. Poulomi Saha joining us live. Poulomi, take us through the various factors that this change was affected and as quickly as it was.
Absolutely. As far as the BJP was concerned, that was a very, sudden decision taken by the party. Though, of course, we'd heard murmurs concerning the same for a very, very long time in the past 5 years, concerning, of course, whether Manohar Lal Khattar would be replaced, would be dropped, and, of course, the strained ties between the two former partners now, BJP and the JJP. It appears the BJP has killed 2 birds with 1 stone. One, of course, what they've done is they've snapped ties with the JJP, which allows it to go into the elections in 2019, the Lok Sabha elections, all by itself, and of course solidify its own ground in Haryana as well. Then the and the JJP and the Congress will eat into each other's votes then, which only stands to benefit the Bharatiya Janata Party. So it's a calculated political decision as well that the BJP has taken. It was not all about, the give and take that was happening between the JJP and the BJP concerning Lok Sabha seats. Also, the fact that, there was so much anti-incumbency against Manohar Lal Khattar. You brought in someone who already is the state president of the Haryana unit, is considered to be extremely close to Mr. Khattar, but of course has been chosen by the top brass, the High Command, for a certain reason, that he will in fact, manage the government in the interim period. And of course, it will be incumbent that he takes instructions from the central leadership and effect all of that on the ground. And they believe so that Nayab Singh Saini will be able to do that as well. So the anti-incumbency factor, which was becoming quite a worrisome factor for the Bharatiya Janata Party going into the assembly elections of Haryana. The Lok Sabha elections, they believe they're on a strong footing, especially because of Prime Minister Modi's charisma. He will campaign their past performance in 2019, but assembly was the bigger worry. And now they've got enough amount of time in order to build the ground going into the assembly elections that will hopefully happen in October 2024.
All right, Poulomi, appreciate you joining us. Let's quickly cut across to Ravindra Singh Sharon, senior journalist, who's also live with us. Sharon ji, अगर आप क्या अनुमान लगाते हैं, ये जो चेंज इफेक्ट हुआ है, जो 11वां सीएम हरियाणा को मिला है नायाब सिंह सैनी के नाम पर, जो जेजेपी से जो नाता तोड़ा है, क्या लाभ मिलेगा बीजेपी को, या आपको लगता है कि अब जो एंटी इनकम्बेंसी है स्पेशली स्टेट इलेक्शन के लिए वो अभी भी मुश्किल है?
This issue of severing ties with the JJP, it was a premeditated and well deliberated step which they have taken. In fact, the pollsters who have been closely watching the politics of Haryana, they have been saying it since quite long that JJP and BJP, they won't go together in the coming elections. Or the day this election was forced, the reason of their separating their ties is the same still. जिस दिन इन्होंने अलायंस किया था उस दिन भी इनका दोनों पार्टीज का अलग अलग वोट बैंक था, और आज जब ये दोनों पार्टी हट रही हैं तो उसी वोट बैंक को कैप्चर करने के लिए एक अलग अलग चुनाव लड़ने वाली हैं, ताकि चुनाव जीतने के बाद दोबारा से एक बार फिर अलायंस कर सकें। जहां तक नायब सैनी की बात है, नायब सैनी पहले ऐसे ओबीसी लीडर हैं जो उत्तर हरियाणा से आते हैं, और उत्तर हरियाणा आज तक यही एलिगेशन उत्तर हरियाणा के लोग हमेशा कहते रहे, उनके मन में एक बड़ी टीस है कि इस इलाके का कोई भी मुख्यमंत्री अभी तक नहीं बना है, और इस इलाके में डेवलपमेंट उतनी ज्यादा नहीं हो पाई है जहां जो कि हमने उन इलाकों में देखी जहां पर डेवलपमेंट हुई है, अब जहां पर मुख्यमंत्री रहे हैं, चाहे वो रोहतक हो, चाहे हिसार हो, चाहे सिरसा हो, या भिवानी से मुख्यमंत्री रहे हैं, और इस इलाके को हमेशा इग्नोर किया गया। दूसरी बात, जो बीजेपी को सबसे बड़ा सेटबैक यहां पर लगा था 2014 के चुनाव में, एक बड़ी 27 सीटें इस जीटी रोड बेल्ट से आई थी, जो पानीपत से लेके और पंचकुला तक की बेल्ट है। उसके बाद जो किसान आंदोलन हुआ है उसमें इस इलाके में एक बड़ा ही इमोशनल इशू था कि किसान आंदोलन में किसानों के साथ गलत हुआ, किसान आंदोलन के दौरान उन पर लाठीचार्ज हुआ, जो कि कुरुक्षेत्र में हुआ था। ये वही बेल्ट है जहां पर पंजाब के साथ लगती हुई इलाका है, और इसके सेंटिमेंट पंजाब से बहुत मेल खाते हैं। तो अब यही थी कि वो जो नुकसान हुआ है उसको किसी तरीके से वापस लिया जाए, उसके कंसोलिडेशन वापस वोटों का किया जाए। लेकिन इस बार जो कैबिनेट का रिशफल कैबिनेट जो आज मंत्रियों ने शपथ ली है प्रीति जी, उसमें एक बड़ी हैरानी की बात है कि जो अहिरवाल का क्षेत्र है उसमें से कोई विधायक जो है उसको मंत्री नहीं बनाया गया है। ऐसा आमतौर पर देखा नहीं जाता है। बीजेपी का एक बहुत बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग वोट बैंक है ओबीसी का, यादव बहुल इलाका जो अहिरवाल का है, जिसमें गुड़गांव, रेवाड़ी और महेंद्रगढ़ का जिला आता है, और वहां पर बीजेपी बड़ी जीत के साथ हमेशा आई है, 2014 हो विधानसभा और लोकसभा चुनाव में। लेकिन इस बार वहां से जीरो रिप्रेजेंटेशन है कैबिनेट में।
पर अभी तक पूरा कैबिनेट रविंदर जी कहां कंप्लीट हुआ है?
नहीं, लेकिन अभी तक जो हुआ है ऐसा होता नहीं है आमतौर पे प्रीति जी की इतनी बड़ी जो स्टेट की जाति है ओबीसी की, अगर क्योंकि बीजेपी बात कर रही है, और नॉन ओबीसी जो नॉन यादव ओबीसी उनको ज्यादा प्रमोट इस मंत्रिमंडल में देखा गया है। तो ये बड़ी बात है अपने आप में कि नॉर्दर्न पार्ट ऑफ हरियाणा का जो ओबीसी है उसको लिया गया है, लेकिन सदर्न पार्ट का जो यादव है, जो कि एक कोर वोटर है हरियाणा में बीजेपी का, और हमेशा लोकसभा विधानसभा में, और यहाँ तक कि जो किसान आंदोलन हुआ था उससे बिल्कुल अछूता रहा। उन्होंने किसान आंदोलन की कोई मदद नहीं करी, कोई सपोर्ट नहीं करी, बावजूद उसके उसको इग्नोर किया गया है। तो ये एक अलग किस्म की पॉलिटिक्स है जो अभी फिलहाल हमको तो समझ आने में टाइम लगेगा। लेकिन ये जो पूरा कैबिनेट है जिसमें 6 जो मंत्री बने हैं वो सब पुराने लोग हैं, नया मंत्री कोई नहीं बना है। लेकिन जेजेपी के लिए बहुत वेट एंड वॉच की सिचुएशन है, उनके लिए तो कैच 22 की सिचुएशन है मैं कहूंगा, क्योंकि जेजेपी की कल एक बड़ी रैली होने वाली है और आज 5 विधायक उनके साथ आए नहीं, यानी कि 5 उन्होंने जो पार्टी के सुप्रीमो ने एक लीडर मीटिंग कन्वीन की थी, उसमें विधायक।
रविंदर जी एक बार उस पे बने रहिए, अभी वापस आते हैं जो जेजेपी का क्या फॉर्च्यून है और कांग्रेस को कितना हार्म पहुंचेगा या नहीं पहुंचेगा वो बात करते हैं। आई जस्ट वांट टू ब्रिंग इन आवर अदर गेस्ट राशिद किदवाई इनटू दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन एंड विल गो बैक टू रविंदर सिंह शरोन। बट Rashid Kidwai, how is the Congress looking at it? Because it does seem that the Congress had smelled advantage where it came down to the state election. Lok Sabha still tough where Haryana is concerned on those 10 seats. Is the Congress in a wait and watch policy or will actively try and destabilize this government?
Preeti, I think Congress views this today's development as an opening, but opening more for assembly election, not so much in terms of Lok Sabha election, where Congress thinks that, getting even 2-3 Lok Sabha seats, it's quite a formidable challenge. So therefore, they are not very keen to destabilize, this Naib Saini government, because they think that is not going to help. They're not going to be successful because of that multi-layer kind of defense mechanism that the BJP has, both at formal and informal level. And second part is that Congress would be seen as a political party which is, trying to, upstage a lot of things. They want to win, elections in October 2024 assembly election in a very clean and transparent manner. And that's the thing, because, if they need to, because the equation between Dushyant Chautala and Congress is far from settled. I mean, both the Huda, father and son Huda, they're very clear. They think they're the sole kind of, vote getters in terms of, Jat votes. So they don't want to share that kind of glory with anyone else. So this is a problem. So a lot of compulsions are
but
saying,
right. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Make your point.
I believe there was high-level meetings have taken place on this count, and they are going by what Bhupender Huda's assessment, and is at present he has advised them have a hands-off policy and let this BJP totter further and further in terms of caste equations, etc.
All right, a hands-off policy as of now where the Congress is concerned, but what does it mean for the JJP, and will it harm the Congress? In state elections in October and now very recent in 1 month Lok Sabha elections. We are going to be joined by Congress BJP guest and Ravinder Sharon on the other side.